Now, answering your questions about the law and legal issues. This is Legal Break with attorney Gary Bruce.
Hello there. We've got some great questions today, Gary, so
Good.
let's jump right in.
All
We've
right.
got a man on the street question first. Let's watch.
Hi Gary, I want to know what exactly is full coverage and what am I looking for when I'm buying car insurance?
Good question. They come up a lot, these
They do.
issues about what to buy, what do you need. Well, you know, most of the time we don't need any of it, but you have to have it. But
Yeah.
when you need it, you wish you had the right stuff. My advice, and I just renewed my insurance, there's lots of options on deductibles and amounts of coverage. We think in terms of minimum limits, sometimes $25,000 liability coverage, $50,000 for everybody in the car. You'll hear these 25-50 term. But that's minimum.
Right.
If you feel like you need more than that, you ought to explore that. And what is full coverage? We hear that a lot. That usually means the car, the collision and comprehensive is thrown in. What I didn't realize was you can get higher deductibles there. So if you're willing to take a little risk on your own collision coverage,
Right.
you can do that. So then the big question, though, I think, is what are the add-ons you want? They're not necessarily part of a
Standard
standard
policy.
full
Yeah.
coverage. Medical payment coverage is something to
right.
talk about.
Yep.
If you don't have good health insurance, you might talk to your agent about that, but know what you're buying. Several years ago, the Insurance Commissioner of Georgia issued a mandate saying, tell people what this stuff is.
Yeah.
They don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I ask people every day, do you have med pay? I don't know, and sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Know what you're buying because it's costing you a lot of money.
Absolutely.
Most importantly, uninsured motorist coverage. Buy it.
Yeah.
You need it.
Yeah.
Around here, around everywhere, there's people that are riding around with no coverage. You need it.
Yeah.
So well, there's lots to talk about. Talk to somebody about it. That would be my advice. And know what you're buying before you just agree to it.
Yes. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Very, very important. So we have a Facebook question.
All right.
It is, can I seek compensation for an assault that happened at work? And what do I do if my supervisor didn't report it to the police? Interesting.
All right. Well, it is an interesting question. In Georgia, anyway, an assault at work, if it's not a personal matter,
Yeah.
it would be compensable. So you would be covered under workers' comp. Police report wouldn't necessarily be required.
Okay.
If it's covered and they send you to the hospital,
And
you
take
get
care of you.
treatment,
Yeah.
that can be covered under just like a normal workers' comp deal. If it's a personal deal where my spouse comes in and we've had an argument and no, you're not necessarily going to be covered under that. But
Yeah.
if it's something you were exposed to because of the job, I think you would be covered. So, interesting. Last thing we got is the exclusive remedy of workers' comp. You know, sometimes it will preclude you suing your supervisor or employer. But that's maybe for another day. We'll
That's
talk
right.
about that.
Good question. Thank you so much,
right.
Gary. We look forward to seeing you on the very next Legal Break.